Alright, troops, guess who's back? I am back. And we're on a road trip with the troops. Trip with the troops, that's quite hard to say. Not as hard as it was to say this morning. We popped into Alfie's for the requisite pint of Tennent's at 8 o'clock in the morning. And I have to say, it was a fine rolling bacon we got. The troops were all involved. We're heading down with the coal ship boys down to, well, all will be revealed later in the video. It's a fine pint of Tennent's. And I love that old school Tennent's Glasgow tap. An absolute cracker. So it's down to the best kebab. Down to Queen Street Station where the troops were all waiting for us assembled. And let's just say a few of those troops didn't get involved at Alfie's. You didn't know what you were missing out. George Square was looking resplendent on a winter's sunny day. And I have to say, I absolutely love the new Queen Street development. Aye, Glasgow was looking no bad. But where were we off to? Well, one thing would be sure. We would need to be later on in the day holding on to the rails, because this was a big one, by the way. Oh my goodness me. Hold on to the handrails. There's going to be a wee giveaway during this video, so keep your eyes peeled. There might be some t-shirts to give away. And we've been to the first Alfie. Just see if you can spot the other Alfies in the video. Train snacks, ably supplied by Wilkie. Yes, I'd been at Mogwai. It was great. Oh, that's right. There's something called rugby in it. We liked rugby before the Six Nations started. But I have to say, when we got through to Edinburgh, Murrayfield was looking resplendent as well. Yeah, Edinburgh does some good things. It does rugby, and hopefully we do rugby next year better. But anyway, as you can see, it was banging. Oh, we were in that pub in the station. And before you know it, all is revealed. We're at Berwick-Upon-Tweed. The troops are in tow. And check us out, man. What a bunch of absolute tourists. The first things we did was take a picture of that lovely sign. I didn't know that Berwick was actually one of the longest lasting armed walls, or whatever it's called, fortress walls all the way down. And there's more of that as we go on. So we made our way down. Where were we off to? As you can see, some of the boys have got some bag of cans. Very respectful to the dog walkers there. But it's a lovely wee walk down from Berwick Station until you get down to the Tweed. As you can see, I'm not going to name check all the lads, although I will say there they are, no direction. No wonder this man went solo when he looks as good as that in front of the bridge, I'll tell you that. So we walked up, there was some nice graph. Perhaps there, that wasn't my can of Tennent's. And in the words of Willie,
totally sober, and it's a one and done. It's not getting fished.
Well, Wiley, I'll be the judge of that. Sorry, I got your name right eventually. So it's great seeing the old Berwick Rowing Club, the bridge, and then we got onto the old bridge. And it's great to see the works that have been done in the old bridge. You know, this used to be the old one. Sorry, what was that? Excuse me. Sorry, what was that?
Excuse me, boys.
Sorry, you need to speak louder. Sorry.
Excuse me!
Excuse me! Excuse me! Excuse me! So we did eventually let that woman past. Obviously that wasn't me. But the great thing about Berwick was there's loads of old buildings like this, churches, old graveyards, the lifeboat house. Maria Amelia Giannopoulos. And we were in the heart of Spittle at this point, which is obviously a boom town. If you want to find a bit more information, pause where you are now. It was just reeking with history. Never popped into the old Albion. We were heading up to, where were we going? All will become apparent. It was great because the boys were ahead of me, but I took the old shortcut. I will not zoom in at the gestures that were being done at me at that point, but we were in the, I felt, Will love kebabs, Bilko loves kebabs and all, man, that's great. So as we approached our destination for the first time today, we were walking through the old cobblestones and the cobbled walls. It was absolutely stunning. Where were we off to? Well, it wouldn't be the same without the man, the legend. You've seen him before. Bago Cans, the legend. So we were in the middle of a wee craft place with glass, breweries, Carmick Gallery, meantime workshops. Wasn't open at this time of the year, but you can probably get there by now. Oh, I will just touch on this, man. I love this. resident DJ, forgetful twat, glassmaker, mugbreaker, works there. We were in Claw Brewery. Legendary status already. There he is, Ricky there. And we were immediately introduced to a tour of the background. Now, the great thing about Ricky's beers is they're all fermented in oak barrels. You can see some of the oak barrels here. This was just behind the bar. And it was such a wonderful, wonderful space. Here he is discussing with a budding young home brewer there, Donny. It was stunning. In front of that, you seen the bar, old school. There he is, Ricky. And he only had 3 beers on when we turned up. But before you know it, he ended up having 5 on. Don't know if that's said. And that was Citra. That was just so refreshing after the effort we had made to get there. The Citra was just stunning. It's a very low ABV session IPA. It was an absolute cracker. It soon warmed up because we were surrounded by, well, just an amazing log burner. Although I managed to get a wee look in there because certain Mr. Stuart McCartney was hogging it. But as you can see, he was absolutely loving it. So he was. Even wore the sailor's hat for the day, which was absolutely great. Various times, I don't have a foot fetish, guys, by the way, but I was quite impressed by the troops' trainer selection or footwear selection. So throughout the course of the day, you're going to see some of them, and you might want to guess who's what. By this point, there was some amazing locals in there. There's some lads there, absolutely great lads. This man as well, up at the bar, sitting there enjoying the beer. It was a real community spirit. Apparently, this is his beer tab. This guy here. More of him later. And then we settled down and we had a wickety black pale ale. It was brilliant. Alright, troops. It's very rare I do an on-camera piece whilst I'm away, but I just want you to hear the murmurings of this pub. Now, this is quality. Spiraling Mind is the signature borderline imperial IPA that they serve at Claw Brewery, and I have to say it was an absolute belter, man. Juicy. And one of the local guys decided to take this video, and it was all very staged, etc. As you can see, I am there, and all I can say is get yourself down and you can have a wee day like this. We're all looking for Ricky. Where are you, Ricky? Ricky, where are you? Where are you? Oh, there's Wilkie. Oh, sorry, Wiley. And then Ricky came over and actually had a pint with his man, and it was great. The lads were just phenomenal in the place. But this place, it was filling up quite nicely. Shout out to you for taking the pictures. Absolutely loved it. Ricky was really busy, but nothing was too much for him. And then we went for the big bad boy, the big stout, and it was cracking. That is how good it was, troops. So after that, I was on to the Fitba. Now, we did get a wee bit sidetracked, but we went to the Fitba. It was a decent wee walk up there, and we thought, we'll go to the Fitba, get some Berwick pies. Oh, nod to the old local there. We went up to the Fitba, we got in. First thing that happened, as soon as we went into the Fitba, Berwick actually scored. So while we were loading up in pies, which were absolutely sensational by the way, Berwick actually scored. The only annoying thing is, by the time we got round to where we were meeting Matt and the lads, they'd actually lost a goal, and then they'd lost another one. We managed to identify Graham there, as you see, and I caught this footage. Now, this was the actually only offside decision that was actually accurate that day, because I tell you something, man. And by the way, I got them put in the back of the net, Matt, but the only thing was that linesman. Well, footwear, because at that stage I thought, we're not going to just show my footwear, and we'll guess what one's mine. Yes, I'm the oldest guy in the scene, aye. But I think you'll agree we had some decent footwear on. So the boys were discussing in the second half where we're going to go. We were actually thinking, are we going to go early? And something, we hung about. Oh, Simpson's Malt. You drink beer, you're aware of Simpson's Malt. That's a Simpson Malt factory in the background. And they only went and scored, didn't they? With 5 minutes to go. Alfie Robinson got the last minute equaliser. So we walked back down to the town, and Matt was like that to us, Billy, you don't get this everywhere. And as dusk was settling, and it was a wee bit dreich by this point, but I think you'll agree, as as we walked back across this old bridge, this was just amazing, man. And you know, it set us up nicely. Nice bit of sea air, a bit of salt in the skin, and it set us up nicely for our next place we went to. We were going to down at the curfew, but more on that later. So we went to the Barrels, which is just the other side of the old bridge. Oh, we all get stuck into the Citra, Timothy Taylor's. And by the way, see the guy that had the beer totums in Claw Brewery? That's him. The Berwick Rangers, the dream team, had done the business for us. And Alex Wiley, don't bring that penguin ever again. Who was on the Madrid? Definitely wasn't me. And then after there we went up to the Free Trade, and there it is with the flash on. The Free Trade is a traditional old school boozer that sells lovely beers. You know, I'm not going to say it's too crafty, it was perfect for us at the time, right next to the station, and I just wanted to give you a wee taste of what it looked like. It reminded me of an old seaside pub, you know. It could have been in Cromarty or down in Berwick-Upon-Tweed. It was great, really low partitions, all panelling everywhere. It was simply stunning, nice wee fireplace, and of course, at this stage, some of us were once worse for wears. I'm not saying that about you, Clooney, by the way, but aye, it was some laugh. And there he is, the third Alfie. This dog is Alfie. Grandfather appeared on the Iron Brew advert. If you might remember him, I might put a wee screenshot up of it. And see, by this stage, by the way, I've got to say is this. So on it was to the train station. We were resembling crabs more than humans at this point. Let's just say a good day was had by all. And I'm telling you, troops, if you come out with Bilko and Friends podcast, do you expect anything less? So, what's the giveaway? I want to know who is the last Alfie in this video, and you're going to have to watch it all the way to the end to decide that. And when I say who's the last Alfie, what I mean is it's Alfie Faye. Good luck, troops. T-shirt for the winner.